welcome to my channel. Thank you for clicking, because you definitely didn't have to. For my first video, I wanted to do a 2022 reflection on just everything that had happened, and if I felt like I grew or not. Before we start, congratulations to everybody who made it into 2023, because last year was a lot. Let's be real. Those of us that didn't make it, may they rest easy, of course. And yeah, I wrote everything down in a little notebook. That's also why I didn't film. Well, I filmed yesterday, but I didn't go with that video because it was all discombobulated and I was so unorganized. So I went through and I planned it. Anyways, the first thing I want to talk about is like my goals for 2022. I didn't have a lot, but the ones that I did have, they were like, it was more for myself, like self-growth and improvement, to see like, they were personal growth based, pretty much. So the first goal that I had, it was fitness. I wanted to be more active, and I could have been more specific with that, but the reason that I wasn't was because like I wasn't doing anything. Like I wasn't running, walking, doing nothing. So any form of fitness would have been cool for me in 2022. Then my next goal, I wanted to get out of my comfort zone. That's been a goal of mine for a hot minute. My personality, I'm not timid, but I am reserved. I'm very reserved and observant. I don't really do too much. Like I have a bright personality. It's just I tend to keep to myself a lot, and over time I kind of saw how that was hindering me from doing certain stuff that I wanted to do. So I kind of pushed myself to do stuff that I normally would not do, which, yeah. My third goal was time management. I'm a big procrastinator, and it's like I'll have certain stuff that I need to do and certain stuff that I want to do that requires me to take the time to actually do it, but I procrastinate. And so it's like, if I procrastinate long enough, I'm not going to do it because I'm going to feel like, well, it's already too late. I wanted to break that habit. Another goal of mine, I wanted to set more boundaries for myself and the people around me. And I've always been in a good space with people. It's not that hard for me to cut things off that intrude what I got going on. But even still, with the small circles that I have, I still wanted to set boundaries, like with the people that I know and with myself, set personal boundaries. And I also wanted to get a job. Like I turned 16 last year. I wanted a job. Like I've been wanting a job since I was like 14, and I got a job. I accomplished that goal. I did make good boundaries last year. I did really good on making boundaries. Like they were very clear, and people understood that like when it comes to me, this is what it is, and this is what it isn't. This is what I will and will not accept from anybody. So I did really, really good on that. For time management, no. I didn't accomplish anything as far as time management, which was disappointing, but I'm at a point in my life where it's like, I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but it's like it's not as big of a priority for me anymore, because I might not do stuff when I set the time intended when I want to do it, but I definitely get it done. So doing something is better than doing nothing, like I did, like I was. Like, I'd procrastinate and I just wouldn't do it. Now it's like, okay, I won't do it, you know, when it's necessary. It's supposed to be done, but I'm gonna get it done. So still room for improvement there. As far as getting out of my comfort zone, I did a really good job at that last year. I definitely made new friends. I tried new things. I did stuff that I didn't think that I was gonna do. And I'm proud of myself for that. And fitness, yes. Me getting active, it was heavy in 2022. Cause I'm in JRTC, so we work out like once a week. Cool. And then there was a time where I was on the Raider team, and it's like, that is an extreme sport, extreme exercise. You're running miles with rucksacks on your back, you're flipping tires, you're carrying equipment across the big football field. I know one time they had us do a relay race. So yeah, I definitely accomplished the fitness part of my 2022 goals. Next, we're going to move on to the highlights of my year of 2022. Okay, so the first one I have up here is when I dyed my hair back in January after I turned 16. And that's a pretty interesting story time. But yeah, I dyed my hair in January. It was cute. I'm gonna put the picture like up here. I had a peekaboo in the back and then a skunk stripe on my left side. And it was like a reddish orange color. I wanted it to be ginger, but because my hair is black, that's just like how it came out on my hair. I loved it, and everybody thought it was nice. It lasted a good 3 months. A good 3 months, and you know, it was gone. Next, in April, I was fortunate enough to go on a college road trip with the South Fulton Arrow Youth Council. And I had a really good time. I loved all the schools that I traveled to. It was from Alabama, and the last school that we visited was in Arkansas, I believe. Yeah, from Alabama to Arkansas. That's another story time. I really had a good time there. I saw a lot of schools that I saw some schools that I was interested in, but a lot of schools that like they made the list by going on that trip. So that was fun. And then over the summer, well, not over the summer, but like the last 2-3 weeks of summer, I went to a leadership workshop with the South Fulton Arrow Youth Council, and that was fun too. A lot of the friends that I went on the college road trip with, they were in the workshop, and I got to meet a lot of great people during that workshop. Again, well, I guess that could be a story time. I don't see why not. But the only reason I say that is because I'm trying to remember all the people that I met, because it was so many like influential people that was coming up there to talk to us, and it was like these, like, they're legit people, like representatives, congressmen, school superintendents, people like in high positions. So yeah. Moving on. Okay, so I got a job working at Six Flags over summer, and that was like the best. Like, I loved working at Six Flags. And if I'm not doing anything over the summer, like anything that I have planned, I'm going back to Six Flags. I don't care. But yeah, while working there, I met the news anchor Fred Hammond. I hope I'm saying his name right. I hope I'm talking about the right person, because that would be so embarrassing. But yeah. he's a news anchor. I believe he was on CNN and then he switched to Channel 2 News. But yeah, I met him. Like, I introduced myself to him, which I never thought I would ever introduce myself to a famous person, a celebrity, which was like really, really cool. He was really nice, really, really nice. Also, one night working at Six Flags, I saw Ski Master Slump God and Kai Cenat. I hope I pronounced the last part right. But yeah, it was really cool. I didn't get to talk to them, which, you know, I can understand. They had bodyguards. They want to respect their privacy. But yeah, it was really, really nice. And I just overall loved working at Six Flags. I reconnected with some old friends. I made new friends. You know, I got money. And like I said, I'm in JRTC. And last year I was a Let 1. I'm a Let 2 this year. Last year I was a first sergeant. And it was really cool. Like, I was surprised at how good of a leader that I am. And so last year I told myself I wanted a higher rank and a higher position, and I got it. So last year I was a first sergeant. This year I am a captain and a company commander. So, like, big ups to me, because it takes a lot of mental discipline to do stuff like that. So yeah, I was proud of myself for that. I found out that my sister was expecting last year. Her due date is actually pretty close. It's tomorrow. I was so excited. And so she just came back home with me and my mom and my brother. And it was just nice having her here, because, like, my sister's grown and I'm in high school. So, like, we're like 15 years apart. And so it's like she has her own life. She has a daughter already. And it's like I never really got to see her for real. But having her back home was probably like the best experience ever. Just watching her go through pregnancy. Because when she was pregnant with my niece, I only saw her in her 3rd trimester. So it was nice. I loved this experience of seeing my sister pregnant, and I loved irritating her. Like, it's fun, honestly. Homecoming was last October. One of the best and worst nights of my life. I'll get into that. I'll get into the why a little bit later. But I really had a good time at homecoming. I'm gonna show the homecoming pictures and stuff, and I'm gonna show when, like, cause my friends, they won homecoming court, and so I'm gonna put the pictures and the videos up there. I had so much fun. And I joined SGA. I am an 11th grade representative for the Langston Hughes High School juniors. Honestly, in SGA, I would have ran for either president or vice president, but I don't know. Like, before the school year started, I was like, I'm gonna run for one of those two. But after that summer workshop, speaking with the actual representative and, you know, understanding what they do, I feel like that's more of my place. I like talking to people, and I like getting, like, constructive feedback from people about what they want. Yeah. And I feel like a president and a vice president of an organization, they're very powerful people. But without a representative, like, there really is no change in anything. So I decided I wanted to do something where I talked to people and I got their input on stuff that they wanted to do, what they do and don't like. And I wanted to, you know, bring that to a board so we can make the school year fun. And honestly, the junior class, we're the best class. Class of 2024, there's no competing with us. And I don't care. Best class. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun being in SGA. It's amazing. Alright, that's it for the highlights. So now we're going to get into the lowlights of my year. And it's not a lot of lowlights. It's really not. But the ones that I do have listed is just like, they were the most impactful. So the first one, I lost my goddad and my aunt last year, like around the same time, within like a 1 to 2 week time frame. I was at a competition and we had completed majority of our events, and so like we had to go eat. So we're not allowed to have our phones on us. Like when you're in an OCP uniform, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not even saying, like, I'm on the Raider team, and when you're at competition in your OCP, you're not allowed to have your phone with you. So I had to leave my phone on the bus. When we get back to the bus, I go check my phone, just to check in, see how people are doing. Has anybody messaged me? And I get a text from my mom, and she told me that my goddad died. And like, if it wasn't for, my fellow teammates, fellow cadets, I probably wouldn't have been able to pull through for the rest of that competition. Cause like nobody wants to hear that news. Like what? Especially because like I was really attached to my goddad. Like for the earlier years of my life, my goddad was there, and it just hurt. Now with my aunt, I found out 2 weeks after my goddad, and being honest, my aunt's death hit me a lot harder than my goddad's did. My goddad's death did. Yeah. Because I was close to the both of them, but my aunt like watched me grow up from like a baby. And the aunt that passed was my mom's sister, so it's like I'm watching how it affects my mom, how it affects my aunt's children and grandchildren. I really didn't, when it came to losing those two, I really didn't care about how it affected me. And I suppressed a lot of the emotions and the grief that I really needed to express and let out. And that leads into another low light of my year. I was under so much stress. Like, in the beginning of the year, it was cool. But come October, it was like, it just wasn't it. I was stressed. Like, from working at Six Flags, those hours, I'm up, I'm in the heat, I'm walking. Sometimes I might not get lunch. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I might not have water. Sometimes I do. But I won't say sometimes I don't have water. We have water all the time. But it's like, you get tired of water. Sometimes I want an energy drink. But I'm not complaining. But yeah, being up and walking around a lot. Plus, I was at practice every day of the week for Raider, and I had competitions on the weekend, like back to back. So there's that, and then I went through a little period of insomnia where it's like I wasn't sleeping, or I barely get any sleep at all. And then I got the news from my goddad and my aunt, and it was just like that completely threw everything off. So I stopped eating, I wasn't sleeping, I'm stressed out. However, by the time I found out about my goddad and my aunt, I had fumbled my job. Yeah. Well, actually, the day I fumbled my job, that was the day after I found out that my goddad died. And honestly, I wasn't really upset because finding out about him, I was like, I'm not gonna be in the right mentality to work. Like, I'm grieving right now. And then with my aunt, it was like, yeah, I can't do this. This is taking a lot. Sorry. But yeah, losing those two and undergoing a lot of stress because of it, and stress beforehand, that honestly made 2022 horrible for me. And then it was just like losing them completely shifted my brain chemistry, like around the holidays, because that's when it really set in that I'm never gonna see them again, and that's a lot. But yeah. Alright, and for the last segment of this video, it's just gonna be lessons that I learned in 2022. I learned a lot. I made a lot of mistakes. I lost a lot of, well, I didn't lose a lot of friends, but some of the bonds with friends faded, and a lot, just a lot happened, and I was able to like really reflect on everything. So the first lesson I learned was like, take your time, because so like going into high school, my mom would always tell me, you don't have to rush everything. You have time. Some stuff doesn't really matter. You can wait for it. And I was like, yeah, mom, okay. And I went into high school and I rushed everything. Well, not everything, but majority of the stuff. Like trying to make sure that I was on track for graduation. I was doing that in my sophomore year of high school. Like, I was heavy on that. Which, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's like, dude, calm down. It's not that deep. Not what I was doing. Yeah, I was just rushing a lot of stuff, trying to go through the motions, not really grasping the fact that I'm in high school, dude, like, this is cool. Not really grasping that. I was doing a lot of stuff, and because I wasn't being patient and taking my time, I was getting into trouble too over stuff that it was just like, that was so unnecessary. Like, had you would have waited, or if you would have stopped to think before you did it, I just wouldn't have been in as much trouble as I was in at that time. So definitely don't rush. Take your time, because you have it. Like, I'm only 16. Things come and go. Life moves on, and I got a lot of life left to live. The next lesson I learned was it's okay to grieve and not be strong all the time. Because like I said, I suppressed a lot of the emotions. Like, when my god died and my aunt died, I remember I locked myself in my room for like a good month straight.
Oh, real cute. I like your little lashes.
Thank you. No. And getting out of my comfort zone, which I did, and I plan on carrying that with me in 2023 as well. Because even this, making a YouTube channel, this is stepping out of my comfort zone. Because like, I felt like I was gonna look stupid. But then one day it was just like, there are so many other people out here that are doing it, and they're having the time of their life. Why not? Especially if it's something that I want to do. So yeah, get out of your comfort zone, try new things, do stuff that I've never done before. Yeah, and then the last lesson is that letting go of stuff ultimately is more beneficial than you think it is. Because like I said, I did lose some friends, and some of the bonds, connections severed from 2022, and that's okay. People come and go, opportunities come and go. You just gotta be able to pick like which ones really matter. Like in 2022, I found my group of friends that I feel like matter, and I lost friends that was like, it was like, okay, cool, I was better off without you anyway. It just sucked that it took that long for me to realize. Yeah, so definitely take your time. It's okay to grieve. Getting out of your comfort zone, awesome. And letting go is better for you than you think. Yeah. And that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you did watch this long, I wanted my first video to be like something quick and simple, but I also didn't want to be like the basic first video on YouTube. Like, eventually I'll do a Q&A or a get to know me and stuff like that, but I wanted to do something different because I have not seen nobody on YouTube do this before. And yeah, so if you caught my vibe and you feel like I got a genuine personality, you know, why not hit that subscribe button? Just make me happy today. But yeah, if you like the video, hit subscribe and the bell button so you'll get notified whenever I'm making a video, which will probably be twice a week. I'm not uploading nothing else this week because my birthday is next week, and so I have some stuff planned for my birthday, and I'm gonna make some videos on that. But yeah, hit subscribe, hit the bell button, like and comment. Tell me what were, your 2022 reflections and what resolutions like you want to carry into the new year. But that's all from me. Again, thank you so much for watching. Sorry, I'm listening to my brother scream on the phone. But yeah, until the next video, much love.